Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Mr. Robot. Last time on Mr. Robot we had EPS 3.3 underscore metadata dot par 2. Well, Darlene was going to keep an eye on Elliot when he would switch to Mr. Robot, and she has now found out that Mr. Robot and Angela are working together. They discovered, Angela and Mr. Robot discovered that Elliot has been, transferring the paper records elsewhere in the country, and they are not where they are supposed to be. And it's not good because the timetable, we need to get this done soon. So Terrell's going to have to move heaven and earth to get those paper records where they need to be. Was that it? Elliot has now been fired from E-Corp. I guess that was that. Yeah. Oh, and Darlene's going to do something that apparently will result in the loss of her brother, according to her. So, yeah. I guess that's a good enough recap. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into this episode of Mr. Robot. Here we go. Real nice, enthusiastic intro.
Aller Anfang ist schwer.
Back at ya.
Hello?
Finally, I've been trying to reach you all weekend. Are you at work?
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
All weekend. Is it
Talk
Monday?
In person.
This has all been one shot, hasn't it?
Every morning starts like this, graphic sex talk. Thankfully, I'm able to tune most of it out. When people talk like this, they're either insecure or they're full of shame.
I think he meant to
Which one do you
that.
think it is? Sorry.
Shit. That was meant for you.
Duh.
I'm really off today.
I'm just trying to brighten up your day with my dope-ass anecdotes, but if you don't appreciate it, I can just sit here in silence.
Really?
Duh.
Is this gonna end up being a beautiful accident?
No, I'm sorry, bro. I shouldn't have said that.
Damn it.
Too soon.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than this, man, and I should have started the day off by asking what you did this weekend.
He does raise a good question.
What did
I
you do?
this weekend?
Instead, I'm always just rambling around.
So today's the day then.
Can I hop on your machine and check something real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go on. Yeah.
Well, he is a bro at least.
Shit. This morning at 6:07 a.m., the Dark Army tried to run Stage 2. My patch stopped them, but it doesn't change the fact they're trying to blow up the downtown building today.
That's today.
Bobby from HR is rolling up with security. I wonder who they're axing.
They're axing Elliot. Uh-oh.
HR is firing someone. Me. Fuck. I
Yeah.
can't leave the building until I get back on a machine and figure out how they're planning on getting around my patch.
Smart. I need you to distract them from me.
Wait,
Duh.
what?
Help me figure this out. Do not leave me. Stay focused.
Alright. Oh, God. Alright, come on, Samar. Help a bro out.
Question
We're
for
looking
you?
for Elliot Alderson. Do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's on floor 11. You know they have the best bathrooms, and he likes to take his morning dump around this time.
Samar, you need to be serious right now. We have talked about these microaggressions of yours.
I'm being serious. He's...
That was 4 days ago. Did Mr. Robot really take over for that long?
That's a long time for him to be in charge.
Don't look up. Security cameras.
Right.
That's right, Darlene. I remember now.
Is
She
this
was
still
supposed to
one
follow
shot,
me.
by the way?
Him. I'm going to attract attention.
Oh, yeah.
to remain calm.
Just, I don't know,
Deep breaths.
walk casually.
Be cool. Get a blank office stare on my face. This is how they do it, isn't it?
Duh.
How they're able to watch the world fall apart around them.
Stop caring.
Because to them, this is normal.
This is fine.
I'll have to get someone off their workstation. Here.
This is all still one
She's
shot.
the perfect candidate.
They might have put in some cuts in a couple of those swing bys, but I think this is all still one shot.
I've hardened my install further than the standard configuration, including a restrictive host-based firewall rule set and whitelisting to block unauthorized apps from running.
I might have chosen the wrong
I
candidate.
think I know
Yeah.
the culprit, though. Fred over there uses Go to My PC all the time. Let me introduce you.
Oh, thank you. So that's actually worked out. Find someone who's curious, I guess.
I just need it for 15 minutes.
I'm backlogged here, man. I got my supervisors giving me deadlines.
This isn't a matter of debate.
Oh shit. Get me serious.
Whatever.
He's got a Bernie sticker. That's hilarious. Oh, I wonder what details you could see by just looking around each of their cubicles. Duck into a conference room. This won't attract attention.
How are you?
One sec, I'm just finishing up an email.
Act like you own the place.
What room did you say this was?
4412C.
4412C. You know, I think that's my room.
No.
Just gotta buy time, get them
Let me
out.
check my calendar. You have a lot of anxiety because of a deadline. You know, where you feel pressure because something has to get done. And then all of these damn little unknown variables keep popping up.
Well, it was good to meet you. Bye. Well, bye. That was incredible. Oh. Nope. Oh, okay. Take the stairs!
What should I do? What would you do?
That's
right. You never answer me.
I know.
That's why I created Mr. Robot, to help me get out of situations like this.
Oh my god.
At least he interacts with me. If Mr. Robot was here, what would he do?
First thing you tell you is to stop talking to your imaginary friend.
Really him, though. I need to worry about the people in the building, not the HSMs. But there is no he. That was just my imagination.
Nuh.
We haven't seen each other in months.
Yeah.
We've been battling each other in our own voids. But at least now I know my next move.
That was really clever. Make a false Mr. Robot to talk to.
I have to tell you
There's
something.
a code signing machine on 23. We have
I'm
to find a
working
way
with
to...
the FBI.
Uh-oh.
He snuck out of the apartment around 2 a.m. and met up with Angela. She knew it was him. I think the two of them have been working with...
Terrell.
That's it.
He remembers now.
My runtime error. I gotta stop her.
Angela's been betraying you.
So have you.
Well, I don't think hers is as
Kept
serious.
this from me.
Their chant is bopping.
Thanks, Jack. I'm here
Whoa.
outside E-Corp headquarters, and while it's typical to see daily protesters, it's unusual
loving this
for the
one
crowd
shot.
to be this size and this...
Whoa! Uh-oh. Now it's serious. Oh, they're going in. Oh, we're going in. Oh, God. All right, another cut there, definitely. Why paint an X? Draw a dick on it or something. Come on. Oh, no, the gift shop. Why is there a gift shop at E-Corp?
I don't think I can leave my office.
That's our distraction.
What do you mean, your distraction?
A distraction?
He needs to get to a computer called HSM. Make
They
a
need him to
backup
do
of
it.
Once we get...
But he's figured it out. So they need him to do it. Oh, this eternal one-shot, man.
Hereby passes, allowing annexation of the Congo by China. I will now open the floor to members that wish to make statements.
Whoa. So the vote went through.
No. Can we straighten this out?
Hey, over here!
Oh! Skullcrack. Alright, that guy's dead. Oh, good job. Oh, man. This freaking top-down perspective. I feel like I'm playing a Zelda game. I don't like this shot anymore! Are we gonna go through the thing? Nope, okay. Here, you can definitely hide a cut there.
Code signing operation.
Oh, jeez. Don, they got the masks on! Oh! Good job. Well, don't need to deal with that anymore. Alright, cut. I mean, she did what she needed to do. Now she can get out, right? Oh, you could probably use that, though. They won't attack you, I bet. If you look like them. Oh, yeah, you gotta clean the pepper spray out of there. Alright, look like them. Yeah, that guy's dead. I don't even know what they're doing. Yeah, maybe cover up a little bit too. Yeah, her mask is a little screwed up.
This woman who saw you, did you get her name?
Lydia Riley.
We'll take care of it. So you were able to follow everything on that sheet of paper, huh?
Yeah.
Angela, if you didn't do everything on that list...
Yes, yeah, I got it done. Are you still gonna evacuate the recovery center?
That's been done already.
So this is really happening?
We need you to stay strong.
Uh...
Like you said, she can make all of this better. This is a step toward that. Remember the cause.
Well, technically it's not. This is White Rose, you know, punishing Philip Price. She followed that list, right? What is it?
Angela,
Oh, hey, buddy.
is there something you want to tell me?
No. That was incredible. Let's start there. That was incredible. Now, obviously, not a legitimate one-shot. That was obviously multiple cuts that they hid to make look like a one-shot. That's fine. That's fine. But the fact that that was, even if it is, yes, it is hidden cuts, to do the entire episode like that was very, very good. How long were we following Angela? Like nearly half the episode, I feel like. Just about. Maybe the last third of the episode ish. Maybe a little more than a third of the episode was the riot and Angela. Okay. That was really good, man. That was really, really good. I mean, you know, last episode I said, like, oh, well, it feels like we're gearing up for a season finale. But we're not, you know. I think so. This is episode 5. I think there's only 10 episodes in this season, so this is the halfway point now. So this is the halfway point of the season. It does still kind of feel like that. I mean, if anything, that just means it feels like a jam-packed, you know, action-packed season. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is we are here on the recovery building explosion, you know, like that is happening within the next episode or two, you know? So, because that was the other thing I thought was, you know, oh, well, they say like, oh, well, you're staying here this weekend. Like, okay, we'll probably have an episode over the weekend. No, this episode starts, it's Monday morning. This is the day. Stage 2 happens today. Oh, boy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I mean, if it all works, if Terrell got everything in that recovery building and it explodes, that means that Mr. Robot technically wins, you know? Mr. Robot wins. He'll have accomplished what he wanted to, you know? Just an incredible episode, man. Incredible episode. Goodness. All right. Notes. The first thing I wrote down is runtime error, which is interesting, yes, okay. That was the name of this episode, runtime error. Very interesting, you know, kind of having Elliot go back and forth of, you know, if he's okay or not, basically. And trying to figure things out. And it's interesting, he also said, you know, the last thing I remember was the party. That was 4 days ago. Is it possible that Mr. Robot was in control for 4 days? That sounds like it's the longest stretch of time he's ever been in control, you know? So, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, it's the last recording of the day, so I'm tired. But it happens, whatever. And that was such a jam-packed one-shot episode that, you know, there was so much in that one shot that I'm exhausted now. But yeah, we had the runtime error. I mean, that is spooky. You know, he's talking about, he's basically missed 4 days of his life, basically. You know, and that is a little scary, especially when you remember if he's out, that means the other guy is in, you know? So we also had the whole thing with HR and firing him, and we had Elliot sneaking around, which was very interesting. I like that. I also like, you know, him sneaking around. Here's the thing. I'm already looking at my notes, and I'm thinking, yeah, this isn't going to be the longest discussion in the world, but that's okay. So, you know, we had him sneaking around. I like him, you know, also with Shamar, I guess, was the guy's name. He was kind of interesting, too. He was kind of interesting because, I mean, I guess it's just sort of, I don't know. He kind of reminds me of, what was it, Leon from the prison, you know, which, you know, then we later got the reveal about Leon, but he kind of reminds me of that, you know, this is just someone that Elliot tunes out as much as he can. But I like, you know, well, first off, you know, when Elliot starts saying that stuff to him, and it's like, okay, this is definitely, he's supposed to be saying that in his head, not to him. So, it shows you that Elliot's not all there yet. And also just the whole thing with the runtime error. You know, him going, like you said, on autopilot to his cubicle instead of going down to Darlene immediately, you know? So that's pretty interesting. But I also like, you know, yes, he did... I like the whole thing, just the little bit of comedy with Samar there, where it's like, oh, maybe this is a happy accident that maybe this guy will shut the hell up now. And he's like, you know what? Oh, I'm glad you said something. He's like, I spoke too soon. But then it worked out because then he was able to distract HR long enough to get out of there. So that was good. I like Shamar kind of coming in, or Samar and coming in and being a bro, you know. So, like, he did help out. I like that. He didn't, you know, when he says, like, they're coming for me. I need you to distract HR. Samar, like, he didn't understand it, but he did it. That's the mark of a bro right there. So I like that. And then, just sneaking around and acting casually was very interesting. I love when he goes over and is like, okay, I need to get someone off their computer. And he goes over to one person who, I guess his assumption is, well, she's this, older lady. Maybe she would be more susceptible to falling for that trick. Come to realize she's probably, she is actually very tech savvy, and she protests like, no, I don't think it's that at all. And he's like, well, that's not good. She's too good. She knows what she's doing. But I love that still, basically, I love how things still work for Elliot. Even when he kind of screws up, they still work. So then, she's like, but I know who I think I know who you're looking for. And she directs him over to someone else. Very brilliant. I love the way things sort of work out for Elliot in the end with this. And then I guess that also led us to, after that was when he was in the meeting. And I love, again, Elliot pulling out his improvising acting chops there, where, he's basically saying, like, oh yeah, I'm this guy from this department. And it's like, oh, well, I don't think you're supposed to be in this room. It's like, okay, well, hang on, let me see. Yeah. You know what? You're right. I'm not supposed to be in here. I'm on the wrong floor. I'm terribly sorry about that. And then, at the last second, he has to sort of come up with, like, I used to be just like you. He has to give this speech to buy time for HR to leave. That was really great, too. Again, remember, the first thing I think about is back in season 1, when he's talking to the one guy, and, he's like, would anyone care if you died? That's my terrible Elliot impression. But like that, where it was that was a very awkward moment right there, but it was so hilarious to watch. God, that was so sad back then. But anyway, that whole thing, it was hilarious, but it was still like Elliot with his weird 1,000-yard stare and his weird way of talking. He's like, would anyone care if you died? And stuff like that, to where now, I mean, he still kind of has that. He's still, because his voice is very strange. His voice is still very strange, but his acting has improved. And we're talking about Elliot, not Rami Malek. Rami Malek has always been amazing in this show. But Elliot's acting has actually improved to where he'd be like, you know what? I am on the wrong floor. You are right. I'm so terribly sorry about that. See, I'm supposed to be, where is it? Oh, yeah, it's 4312C. I'm terribly sorry about that. So I'll just, head off and, okay, now I'll go. Like, I like that Elliot's acting has improved, Like, that's really funny. So that whole thing of him sneaking around was very, very clever. Then I actually we got the false Mr. Robot, which was really funny. Just a Mr. Robot that was part of his imagination. Because, it was only then that I realized, they haven't talked in a long time, They have been, the only time we see Mr. Robot is when he's on his own now, Like, it really has been a while since we've seen him, So, I like bringing in, even if it's hilarious that he brings in Mr. Robot, a fake one, as part of his imagination, but he imagines what Mr. Robot would say, and then he figures it out, Like, that was very, very clever. So, I like that, using a fake Mr. Robot in order to figure out what to do next. So, that was all good. We got the reveal that Darlene has been working with the FBI, at least the reveal to Elliot. Now, I don't fully understand... Maybe you guys can help me out on this. Why exactly Elliot would be betrayed by that, I mean, I guess, obviously, yes, she has been lying about it. She's been working with the FBI behind his back. I understand that. But is that... I mean, it is obviously a deal, A deal was made for them. But still, he's wanted to stay away from the FBI this whole time, which... And I guess I don't know. I don't fully understand like how that's a betrayal. So when they bring up, oh, Angela, she's been working with Mr. Robot. She's working with him and the Dark Army and Tyrell and everything. Honestly, that feels like more of a betrayal than Darlene. Darlene's just trying to she's just trying to survive, especially since Cisco's death. Like you could understand why she would work with the FBI, So that's the thing. I feel like Angela's betrayal should be bigger, but I don't know. Like on the one hand, I get why Elliot doesn't like that Darlene's been with the FBI. On the other hand, I slightly don't get how it's such a big betrayal, I guess. So yeah. We also had the distraction, which was clever when we switched over to following Angela with our one shot. That was interesting, and again, so it was a couple people in the protesters that started the riot, and then everyone else went in. So sure, some of them probably, a couple of them probably knew Angela and knew to stay away, but not everyone would have known that. So yeah, it is a bit dangerous. We also had, we do have the definite. The China is going to be annexing Congo. I don't remember if they've ever actually said why China needs the Congo, I mean, Grant, we don't know why the Dark Army needs the plant, It's just something to do with whatever machine White Rose is building, So that's the thing. I don't think we've ever really gotten why China wants to annex the Congo, it's just something that needs to happen, apparently, and now it has. We also got Angela installing the HMS. So interesting. So they needed Elliot to do what he was going to do anyway, which is interesting. So he was going to go in, and it wasn't like close the back door or anything, but they actually needed him to do what he needed to do, what he was going to do, so that stage 2 would actually keep going, which is interesting. So again, I'm not quite sure why exactly. We're not sure why, I guess, because we're not sure the details of the plan. Presumably, then this is Tyrell's doing. This is more Tyrell with his whole moving heaven and earth to get stage 2 done on Monday. So yeah, we also had a bit of hesitation, because Angela went and did it instead of Elliot, and it was interesting. Irving says like, "Oh, you were able to follow everything on that list, huh?" And there's hesitation. Angela, if you didn't do it, and then she says, "Yes, I did it all correctly." So perhaps when we say, excuse me, perhaps when it's like, "Oh man, so this is like happening right now. We're not even to the season finale." It is entirely possible that maybe it won't go right because Angela tried to do it. So we don't know. We'll definitely have to see. And then the last two things I wrote down were the delivery, which something about the delivery shook her, I think. Well, it was either the delivery or the woman, where she says like, "Oh, someone saw me," and then, she gives the name and Irving says, "We'll take care of it. Don't worry." So either that, I don't think it was quite that. Maybe it was the riot specifically. Because, I think she went down and saw, like, the dudes, crushing the skull after that. So it was... No, I think it was the delivery man. So I think whatever was delivered to her, that's when she started shaking like that. She was trembling when she got the package. We don't know what it means, Now, she did ask, "Oh, you got those people evacuated," and Irving said, "We took care of it," basically. Now, whether or not they actually did, that's debatable. We know Irving is a liar. He's lied to Tyrell about certain things, so it's entirely possible that he's lying to Angela here. So, we don't know. We do not know. But I think it's something about the delivery has terrified her. But we'll have to see next episode. What else? The other thing we're going to have to see next episode is the confrontation now between Elliot and Angela and how that's going to go down. So, yeah. again, really, really great episode. Really enjoyed it. Love that it was all, even though, yes, you know, obviously, it's like watching 1917. It's like, yes, obviously, they filmed it in such a way that they could do cuts. That's still not a problem here. Anything that does something like that where even if you fake it to make it one shot, the fact is a lot of those shots, you know, between the hidden cuts are still very long. So to do something like that is always incredible to see, you know? So really enjoyed the style of this episode, making it a one shot. Really, really enjoyed it. And I'm very curious to see where we are headed next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around. There's the playlist for all my Mr. Robot reactions. There's also another video you can check out if you want to go watch more of my stuff. There's a subscribe button and a Patreon button, as well as a bunch of other links in the description if you want to check out any of those. See you guys later.